Hi, my name is Catherine Stell, and for my senior thesis, I picked the Kardashian effect on content marketing. Before we start, this topic is near and dear to my heart. I absolutely love the Kardashians and content marketing, and I had a lot of fun going through and seeing, what makes a brand a brand. So I hope you guys enjoy. After 14 years, 20 seasons, and numerous spin-off shows, the Kardashian family has decided to end the reality TV show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. With a fan base of over 300 million followers, the Kardashians are among the most known American families worldwide. Their wildly successful TV show Keeping Up with the Kardashians has had fans captivated since the fall of 2007 when the show first aired. When the show began, we followed Kim, Courtney, Khloe, Rob, Kris, Caitlyn, Kylie, and Kendall through their scandals, achievements, and heartbreaks. They almost became a part of your family. Now that their reality TV show is coming to an end, expert marketers can now take a look on how their family achieved success. For 14 years, this family has been on every tabloid cover. From collaborations on a variety of products that include perfumes, clothing, skincare, and makeup brands, the Kardashian family has included their fans in the making of every product and brand. Every Sunday night on the E Network, they let fans see a behind the scenes on their products and projects, for therefore creating an interactive experience. This billion-dollar family started from the ground up, and they have conquered every media controversy in order to launch a highly successful brands of their own. Why and how are they successful, one might ask? It's no secret that they have used every inch of the media to monetize their life by creating worth within their content. The Kardashians have changed how visual communication marketing and communications are run because of their background, branding strategies, and their influence on social media. The thesis will dive into how the Kardashians have influenced three branding strategies and that has shaped nowadays marketing brands and marketing approach. This will include an extensive background on their claim to fame and follow three marketing strategies that they have helped develop. My final question is before we just get going is can you keep up? Awesome. So we're going to start with the background on the Kardashians. I'm going to try and keep it brief. So, Robert and Kris Kardashian got married. They had kids, Khloe, Courtney, Kim, and Rob. Then Kris had an affair and they divorced. While they were separated, Kris met Bruce, who is now formerly known as Caitlyn. They met on a blind date and they was love at first sight. When Bruce asked Robert to finalize the divorce, Bruce said that he would do it for no money. So they had a divorce and they had bills to pay and kids who needed to eat. Kris went to work. Caitlyn, because she was an athletic or an Olympic athlete, people paid her to come to her emotional speaking events. She was really big in the sports scene. Um, and so Kris helped her manage her career. And then when Kim's sex tape came out, she then was in charge of managing her daughter Kim. From the from the publicity of the sex tape, Kris reached out to Ryan Seacrest with a phone call that he explained on Live with Kelly about how the Kardashian family actually came to be. So when Kris reached out to Ryan, she said, "Hey, I think we have a really good idea for a reality TV show. Come and film my family at this family barbecue. We're having a barbecue this afternoon." And Ryan was like, "Okay, maybe, yeah, we will." And she's like, "Well, why don't you just send a camera over and we'll shoot some film." And Ryan had to convince that they did not own a camera, so they had to go to Best Buy and buy a camera, and that's how this billion-dollar family started, which I think is just one of the best stories. And the film that was used was 7 minutes of film from this family barbecue, which is just legendary in itself. So that's awesome. That's how Keeping Up with the Kardashians started. So as we take a look, 14 years later, we can now see where they were then in 2007 when the show first aired versus 2020 now. So Kris Jenner and I'm just only going to do two for the sake of time. So Kris Jenner and I picked Kris and Kim just because that's where our story starts. So Kris in 2007 had a net worth of $7 million, and in 2020 she is now at $170 million. So that's crazy what 14 years can do. Then with Kim Kardashian in 2007, her net worth was around 11.4 million, and now in 2020, her net worth is $750 million, which is kind of crazy. So let's just see how they did it. So let's also take a look on how social media was then and now. So as you can take a look over here, I don't know if you can see it, my cursor, but in 2011, when social media was really popping off, there was 750 million users on Facebook, and this isn't really updated, but I'm sure there's more than this. 100 million users on Twitter, 100 million users on Pinterest, 100 million users on Instagram, and now in 2020 you can just probably double these numbers, quite honestly, from 1.6, so probably around like 5 something. It's just crazy how so much has changed in so little time, what it feels like. And you can just also see at this diagram up here how, physically and mentally we are now focused on social media and how big of a role it actually plays in our life, which is awesome and scary at the same time. So I'm going to talk about the evolution of strategies. So from selling products to branding strategies, these 3 branding strategies are most commonly used and kind of not took after, but the Kardashians really um, made a lot of their products off of these um, ideas and all that stuff. So I'll go into multi-product marketing. So this is when a brand has or a product has a lot of multiple products underneath it. So if you kind of think of Gillette razors and how many brands of razors that they have underneath Gillette. For multi-branding, this is when a brand has a bunch of products underneath its whole brand. So kind of think of like a car dealership, kind of like Toyota, where you have multiple different cars that can do several different things, but it's all under the Toyota brand. And then private branding is, think of Walmart or Target, kind of like if you're going to go buy a Fiji water, this is a name brand versus the Target brand of water. Just kind of think about that's what private branding is. Then what the Kardashians use is a mix between multi-product and multi-branding. So within their Kardashian cloud, every sister and every child has a different brand um, of a brand that they have created. So for Kim, she has Skims, which is a clothing company, and she also has KKW Beauty, which is her beauty company, and has a video game and all this and all of that. And then Kylie has her Kylie Cosmetics, and Robert Jr. has a sock company, and so it's just a multi-branding and also multi-product within the Kardashian brand. So social media, the business. Since 2007, sorry. Since 2007, when the Kardashians started the show, social media sites like MySpace and YouTube were only around. Since the show has started, it has been nonstop social media. The study has shown that in 2019, that 72% of American adults use some form of social media. Once influencers reach over 100K followers, they tend to start charging at least 100,000 for just one post. So as we see, this user has 283K followers. He charges 1,500 per post. Not to mention, so celebrities like Kim Kardashian, who has a 707 million followers, can rank over 100 or $500,000. So this isn't money coming from Instagram. This is money coming from paid content through the brand that they so choose. So if Sugar Bear Hair Care, I don't know if anyone knows what that is, but it's basically a tiny little pill that is supposed to help your hair grow really long and whatever. It's been talked about as a kind of a media scam, but to have Kim Kardashian put that on her and on her social media pages would cost them around $500,000 for one post. And that's just kind of the influence that they have over brands and just over social media in general. They have a lot of following, so that means that they're very valuable to the social media world. Instagram announced in 2020 that they will start paying their influencers. So before it was just free content on their page, they just gave them the chance to put their content on the page so people would have places to reference it. But now, starting in 2020, they will pay for people to stay on Instagram, because if powerful people like the Kardashians were to leave Instagram, they would lose a lot of business within that. And I think Instagram ranked up like $6.8 billion in this last year. So they are doing just okay. Awesome. So now it takes into my final point, the power of publicity. And how I kind of like to think about this is a plant. So we have the seeds, it's cost effective. We don't really know what's to come of it yet. The plant, if the publicity is bad, at least the name of the brand is out there, but it also depends in today's society what content is being thrown out there. So if it is bad, you probably want to reassess what's going on. And then the flower, your business or brand will grow from any publicity, whether that be bad or good, which is negative and a positive, but also there's no bad publicity because your name is getting out there for free. So publicity creates a public awareness of yourself and your business and your brand through products and services, through media coverage and other forms of communication. It is often part of a marketing campaign. So multiple times you'll see that that stars have publicity stunts done and whatnot. How the Kardashians really used the power of publicity was, at the start, they were just photographed everywhere. Their name was in every tabloid. So that was free marketing basically for them. As they got older and more experienced within their industry, Kris Kardashian actually is friends with a bunch of the media tabloids and were able to kind of shut down maybe some tabloids that weren't, going in the Kardashians' favor. So that just comes with power of being famous and also in the career. So yeah. So what can we learn from this wildly successful family? The Kardashians have taught us that if you have bad publicity, you can turn it into $1 billion business. Just kind of going back to Kim's sex tape and how now she is just a billionaire and can just throw money in all of our faces. I'm kidding. So branding is actually really important for any brand or any product. It can make or break your product based on how you present it and what your overall message is for that product. It's never too late to start marketing for your brand, and we have evolved as a society, and it's important to keep yourself and your brand on market trends. So yeah. So thank you so much for listening to my thesis.